Alright, this is my current home, which will explain why I'm not doing aquaponics anymore. I'm living on my 28.5-foot Hunter sailboat. I've also got a 37-foot Irwin sailboat that has been sunk, and I still need to finish stripping it out, cleaning it up, and rebuilding the entire interior of the boat, beginning with the motor. But this is what I'm making do with currently. So I went from having a big yard I could do all kinds of things in, a 16 by 20 shop I could do a lot of projects and stuff in, to being on a 28-foot by 8.5-foot boat. So the forward V-berth is where I sleep most of the time. There's a panel missing in the front underneath the chain locker there, that big bulky area in the bow, which is why you can see that through hull. It's actually like a translucent white, almost like PVC or something, but the sun coming in that dark area makes it look almost like it's glowing. So I need to make a board to replace that with. But then I've got the a gear hammock that I keep like rolled up t-shirts, underwear, socks, things like that. There's a couple pair of pants on top of it. I put my tablet on top of it when I go to sleep, so I don't have to worry about rolling over on it. Stuff like that. And it's just a mess because I just got up. I've been having a bad day with my back, so I'm trying to get up and get active and trying to do a little bit to relieve some of the stiffness. Then as I come down the starboard side, well, let's just go ahead and start right here. There's a large storage area underneath, behind this forward cushion, underneath the aft end of the V-berth. It's probably about 16 inches deep, full width of the boat. I don't really use much, but it's there if I need it. Then there's a couple of cubbies underneath each of the seats. They've got little cubbies behind them. There's a cubby underneath the nav station. There's these cubbies that have the sliding plexiglass doors. There's a large open cubby here. Then above the nav station, there's all the battery monitor, the amperage monitor or amperage meter, the breakers for the inside of the boat, and a shelf that's got a nice deep lip running all the way down both sides of the boat. So that's the starboard side. It's got everything from tools, books, software, my liquor cabinet, stuff like that on that side. Then there's a nav station that has a storage area underneath. It's fairly deep. I keep my logbook and a couple of fold-up charts and some miscellaneous stuff there. Then there's the head, which I don't use in port, mainly because I have to fix the shower here, and you can't pump that kind of waste overboard, so I don't use the toilet anyway, which is why it's buried under a collapsible cooler that I use fairly often, so I keep it out where I can get it in an overnight bag that I'm using pretty often right now. And normally my towels and washcloths and things of that nature are in a dry bag. I store them behind that door right there rather than under the sink. I've got other hygiene products under the sink. I just washed clothes yesterday, so that towel is just sitting there for the next time I need a towel. I'll use that one rather than opening everything up to put it away. Then the companionway, I put a window unit in it. I made a metal frame that's boxed out for the window unit. And there's a couple of steps coming in, the engine here, miscellaneous stuff above the engine. There's a storage area built in on the port side that's got a hanging locker, a few drawers that are really so small I don't even use them. And the hanging closet isn't long enough anyway. My shirts, I have to fold the tails up. And then this berth is actually, if you can see the cushion down there, it's almost a full-size bed as far as sizing goes. But I use it for storage just because it's hard to get the air conditioning to circulate back in this area. So I tend to stay cooler in the forward V-berth than I would if I tried to sleep back here. So I keep bins with clothing, my fishing supplies, cast net, larger kitchen utensils, things of that nature back here. Hooks for hats and stuff just stuffed onto that upper area. Then there's the galley, which has a little sink, built-in ice box that I don't use in port, storage area, the same shelf. I have airtight bins with everything from crackers to cornmeal to dried beans to coffee beans in them that run all the way down that top shelf. Underneath, I've got my pots and pans and other cookware. Right now, I ground some coffee this morning for my French press, so that's why that's out. Toaster oven. There's a 2-burner alcohol stove under here, but I don't like the odor of the alcohol, and I don't really like using the flammable liquid so much on the boat, so I don't use this while I'm in port or even when I go out. I use my backpacking little ultralight propane stove if I just need a single burner real quick, or I'll pull out a camp stove that has 2 propane burners on it when I need more than that. And then I put a refrigerator on here so that I can store more food and microwave. I strap that down when I go out so I don't have to worry about it. Then for entertainment, I do have cable TV and internet. So I use a computer monitor as my TV. The only difference between it and an actual TV is you don't have a TV tuner, you don't have speakers. All I really needed was something with HDMI input, because I brought my 600 watt surround sound system, which you can see the red light on it down there, and my PS3 from the house. So they're all hooked up HDMI, so as long as I've got HDMI input and 1080p on the monitor, I can watch high-def TV using the monitor with the sound coming out of the surround sound speakers. And use the PlayStation or the PS3 for my Blu-ray player, so it works out pretty well. So, and then the subwoofer is down here. That's it right there. So, and it actually sounds great on the boat, even though I can't spread the speakers out as much as I'd like to. The surround sound speakers are on the shelf behind me. If you can see, there's a tall canister back there, and then there's either side, if you can see the actual speakers back there. Then I've got some fishing rods and some holders up above, so for my fishing gear. And that's pretty much how I'm living. I mean, the table is right here. It's a double drop leaf. I just leave the other one down all the time, because there's obviously you can't even sit there because all the equipment I have over there. And that's it. I mean, I've got my sugar, I've got salt, I've got some whipping twine, and stuff out where I can access it. Lotion for my face from where the melanoma was, which is thankfully gone. So trying to take better care of that. But this is why I won't be doing aquaponics anymore. I'm living on the boat, and I'm actually happy, really happy. It's better than living under the situation I was with my wife. I was really unhappy there. I will miss working with some of the gardening stuff and learning the things I was learning and being able to experiment and mess around with it. I will miss being able to walk out into my shop and work on different welding projects and stuff. But I think I'll actually be happier here and now. So, especially if I can get the 37-footer fixed up, because if I can get it fixed up and actually ready to sail again, I'm just going to take off. You know, go as far as the boat will take me. So, but thank you. It's been a rush. I will leave the videos up. No reason to remove them. I'll probably add to it more of do-it-yourself things, or from working on my sailboat when I start working on it. So if you were there for the aquaponics, thank you. I hope that I was able to impart some of my experiences in a way that was of benefit. Best wishes to everybody.